Please don't judge me. I'm using my computer because I don't have a fancy camera, so... Actually, yeah, judge me. Judge my broke ass. So this semester I've spent a lot of time working with computers and laptops and other technology that I'm so not advanced with. I get to have an iPad for my English class. Apparently you read off of this thing? We're reading a bunch of letters by all these writers from history. Our entire syllabus is just all in this Dropbox. I've been politically opposed to reading ebooks since they began because I've always been a purist and an originalist when it comes to books and music. Seeing things in their original form has more meaning than seeing them on a computer or experiencing them through a medium other than they were intended to be experienced. But then I've also found myself downloading these apps that are ridiculous. Like, oh, an entire app with just dessert recipes. That's healthy, Anine. Good job. That's gonna make you keep the freshman 15 off that you've already gained. I've gotten to making to-do lists on my iPad or on my phone. I'm not wasting paper, which is the main goal of my school, is to be sustainable and waste less paper. But I found that this can be quite difficult because my music collection has gone from just a little iPod to an entire collection of records I've both borrowed from my father and gone out and bought with real money in a real place with real people. It's not iTunes where you can just download it in one click and have an entire album, which is almost like just having a microchip in your brain and just downloading it to it. And I'm not sure what I value. If I value convenience over the real thing, if I value something that's cheaper for something that's essentially better. I felt so overconnected with my iPad and my laptop, my iPod and my Android phone. I feel like we're losing what it means to have an actual conversation. I'm sure we've all had those times when you're having a conversation with someone and they pull out their phone and they're on Instagram for 2 seconds, or you're going to a movie with someone and they're checking their phone, which should be forbidden by law. Like, that shouldn't even be allowed. I think phones should be taken from us when we enter the theater and given back to us when we leave it. If you're going out to dinner with someone, you should keep your phone in your pocket or in your purse, because I don't think it's fair to be having a conversation with someone and then pulling out an entirely different conversation that has nothing to do with the other person. I think it's rude. Now is where you are, and now is where you should be. When you take the time to do something meaningful, time slows down and time matters more, and you spend time enjoying life instead of worrying about what happens next or worrying about something you did 5 minutes ago that was mortifying. There's this great proverb that I found on Tumblr. Yes, that's my source. If you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. If we take the time to know what the present means, which is quite a Buddhist concept that I haven't quite grasped, we're a lot less susceptible to media. We can really focus on who we are and who we are in the context of other people or in a conversation with someone. If you're really present in the conversation, you feel alive. And I've definitely experienced that with many people, including you, Ilana. You've sort of become accustomed to having two conversations going on at the same time, even if that's looked down upon by originalists and purists, which I somehow claim to be, even though I'm reading my English homework off of an iPad and constantly checking Instagram to check if someone liked that post that I posted 5 minutes ago because I'm anxious about what people will think about it. Anxious about the future, there you go. I still value cutting myself off from all of that, coming into this room, putting Led Zeppelin 3 on every Friday, and just enjoying life for what it is right in that moment. I think we take that for granted, and I don't think we should. Because that's normal.